Okay, how do you create profitable ASIN targeting campaigns for your Amazon product? So, alright, the first thing, we need to compile a list of ASINs, right? Where we have a competitive edge and we can really sneak into under their product detail page and take away the sales, right? So that's what we need to do. What we're gonna do is actually use Helium 10 to come up with a list of ASINs that we can, incorporate in Amazon PPC, right? So let's actually pull up the, what you want to really do is type in the main keyword that relates to your product, right? And just, open up the search results, right? And then what you want to just pull up the X-ray tool. All right, this will just show you all the data about these products in terms of how much revenue they're making, what is the product price, and then you can actually go ahead now and select some filters. So I'm gonna, for example, let's say this is my product. I'm selling a 21 cubic feet cargo bag at $100, and I want to really apply some filters that are going to imply that I have a competitive advantage, right? And this is going to be easier for me to generate profitable sales when I'm gonna launch and start these ASIN campaigns, ASIN targeting campaigns, because I will just be a better offer, right? When the customer is gonna compare these two different products, he's gonna choose mine because I will just give them a better offer. It might come from a lot of different places, like the way you just frame your product. So for example, just by looking at your product, you might figure out that, oh, I have like a lower price. Everything else hold equal, I will be a better offer, because a better option for that customer, because my product is selling at a lower price while it has all these same features, all the same benefits. So that's how you can think about it. So that would be one angle from which you can kind of position a product as a better alternative when the customer is looking at your competitor's product and yours, right? Another way is to actually go ahead and look at the reviews. So let's say your listing has for example, in my case, it's 53 reviews, right? So I will focus and really zoom in on products that have reviews less than 50, right? So let's come over here. All right, so you can see review count. You want to type in 50, right? Set this filter for the maximum 50, right? And apply filters. You'll see all these ASINs. So we got 16 ASINs that have less than 50 reviews. So this is again gonna signal a bit of a competitive advantage, because when we have more reviews, this shows the social proof. Another area through which you can try to compete is the star rating. So if you have a higher star rating, 4.5 stars, I will narrow down this list to competitor products that are selling a lower quality product. So that might mean I want to really just look at the ones that have a star rating less than 4.5 stars. I'm gonna type it in here, right? And you can click apply filters, and you'll see we got a bigger list than before, which is 47 ASINs. So that is great, and we can actually then narrow this down even further. So I'm gonna maybe drop this down to 4.2 stars. All right, now we got a really tailored and catered list based on what are our goals, which is to find these underperforming, worst performing ASINs that we can then put our product under their product detail page and steal the portion of their sales. So that's one strategy. Again, another strategy that you can really tap into. One more thing that you can do is actually even consider number of images that these competitors have, but I see that there is no really ability for us, or there is no option for us to sort and filter based on the number of images. You can actually figure out how many images they have, what is the product quality, how the listing is built, just by going and clicking into each product, onto each competitor, and then having a close look at their images, product, description, copy, product title, the star rating, any other visual elements that induce social proof. So that may be like brand story, A+ content, and all of that. Another important factor that you want to consider is the fulfillment method. So you can actually select either FBM or FBA. So I'm not sure where it's that located right here, but basically we should be able to select either like FBM or FBA, right? So anyways, if you come over here and take a look, you will see that there's the column that actually shows us what is the fulfillment method. So right over here, all of these seem to be FBA, so there's no really competitive angle. You gathered the list of ASINs. Now we need to set up these campaigns. So let's go to Amazon's ad console. So you can actually go ahead to Seller Central, then head over to advertising and click on Campaign Manager. You will be prompted to this page. Now you want to click Create a Campaign, then select Sponsor Products. Right, what we're gonna do is actually select the name of our campaign. So I want to really bring your attention to this ad group name, right? So what you want to do is really keep your name consistent and congruent across the board whenever you are creating a new campaign. So I like to include a few details just so I know and I can actually identify what is the purpose, the goal of this campaign, and which product it belongs to, what is the campaign type, and all of that. It's way easier for us to, gauge and measure the performance when we are able to, go into the ad console. Let me show you. Type in the product identifier, let's say, or, we can sort and, focus on campaigns that share the same characteristic. For example, we want to see, and maybe compare the performance between different strategies or, campaign types, or we want to really just layer in or zoom in on one product. We can do that just by, having a good naming nomenclature. So when you set your naming nomenclature clear, it allows you to really evaluate the performance very quickly. So you just want to select the ad group name, make sure that you include the product name. So this is going to be cargo bag in my case. Then we got the campaign type. We can then copy the ASIN and we can then type in ASIN. You can add ASIN because we are setting up ASIN campaigns, ASIN targeting campaigns in this case, right? So then you go ahead, add the product, you select manual targeting and you select product targeting, right? Then what you want to do is choose individual products, then go to the enter list section, all right, and unselect expanded, check exact, and this is where you're gonna paste all of these ASINs that you pulled out from the search page, right? Basically, you want to paste these competitors that you gathered from, the previous step that I showed you of, how you need to come up with these ASINs, right? That are underperforming or they are lacking some kind of aspect, through which you can really try to compete and take away sales from them. So this is where you paste all of these ASINs. Let me now go ahead and pick some of these ASINs and I'll be back. All right, so I'm just now, copying these ASINs one by one. I'm copying and pasting them right over here. So remember what we did earlier. We just went on and narrowed down this list of competitors to the ones that are, underperforming, they are lacking, and they are, compromised maybe in the amount of reviews that they've got. Maybe they're selling a higher price products, which means that this is a bad offer for a customer. If everything else is equal, or maybe they got less images and the product listing is not really appealing, it's not, well built. So we just want to really consider every single area that is important when the customer is making their, making up their minds as to which product to choose and buy, right? So, all right, we got around five ASINs. Let's now add them, all right? And this is where you can actually pick the bid. So you want to, you can actually, it depends on your goals and strategy. But I would suggest you to start off with the suggested bid, and you can always adjust, go back and revisit on these campaigns and optimize the bids and the keywords, the bids for these product targets as time goes on, and when you collect the data, you have just more context on whether these product ASINs are performing well or not, but right now we don't have really any data to make a good decision. So let's now move down the list, move down the page, right? For the bidding strategy, I would suggest you to choose down only, right? Because we just need to really be conservative, and we don't want to waste or blow up our budget and just burn a lot of cash by choosing some of these other strategies such as bid up and down. Actually, this is not an effective strategy. It's only if you are concerned and you are really focused on driving as much visibility, right, and discovery on the search page for this product, for your product. But in other cases, I would just stick to down only, because it's more conservative. You will maintain your budget, maintain your ACOS, and sustain your budget way better than with up and down. All right, campaign name. We want to make sure that you only have one ad group per campaign. This allows us to control and allocate budget evenly across, all these campaigns. Basically, if you throw in or, you add multiple ad groups in one campaign, what will happen is that the budget will not be split up evenly throughout every ad group. So this is the problem that we noticed when, having a lot of ad groups lumped in one campaign. So to avoid this, we just keep one ad group per campaign, so we can then control the budget independently, and make sure that we can actually then just control the budget and allocate it to where it needs to go, right? So yeah, in this case, I already have this campaign set up, so it's not allowing me to use the same name, but in your instance, it should be all good to go, right? Yeah, once you choose the name, the last thing you got to do is, set the daily budget. So you can start off with $20, right? And again, based on the performance and your goals, you can then adjust the budget, raise the budget or lower it if you don't see the results that you want. But yeah, that's really dependent on the performance. But just to be careful and have kind of a baseline from where we can start, I would say $20 is a good place to start, right? So that's how we do it. All right, and once everything is set up, now we can just launch the campaign, right? Then we can launch the campaign, and yeah, I will just probably rename this and give it a random name. Okay, so now it's not giving. All right, so everything is good. Let's launch the campaign. Okay, let's go to campaign manager, and yeah, that's it, guys. This is really simple. Now you will always need to actually go ahead, and monitor your campaign, and make sure that you are not overspending on some of these products that are not delivering, or they're not driving sales, they're not bringing in sales, and they're just wasting ad spend. So you really need to check the performance on a regular basis to save wasted budget, reduce ACOS, and make sure that you are actually giving the budget to keywords or product targets that are performing well. So yeah, if you want me to make a video on how you need to actually optimize these PPC campaigns now that you launch them, make sure to leave this down in the comments below, and I will make another video where I explain the optimization step by step and how you can actually adjust bids to make more sales, but then save this budget on targets that are not performing. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've actually figured out that a lot of people, almost like 80 or 90% of people, are not subscribed to this channel, which shows that you are watching my videos but you're not subscribing. So I would highly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button. But thank you for watching.